Hi, what up, Bangerz and Mash back here. Our loyal PMs, what up? We're going to be talking about...
The Walking Dead Season 7.
Yeah, I guess this is Dissecting the Dead. It's been a while since we've done one of these.
And you know what? Like, I thought about this, and I'm like, do we talk about it? Do we give away spoilers? Well,
we're obviously going to have to discuss
there's going to be some... There's going to be spoilers, but...
So when we last left off, obviously Negan had the bat and was counting down who's going to get smacked, so...
And you know what? There's been so many articles in the last couple days.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah, Negan killed somebody.
Yeah, Negan killed someone.
Who was it, right? And it was kind of a shocker.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think we might as well just say spoiler alert on this bitch, because we can't talk about this episode without talking about it. So here's your warning. Spoiler alert. We will be talking about it.
Okay, so 3,
2, 1.
So I thought it was just going to be Abraham, and I was okay with that.
I was actually pissed when I saw that. When I saw Abraham get clocked, I was like, cop out. They're copping out. They don't want to kill anyone.
There was like
important.
6 months of hype. I was like, okay, they did it to someone you weren't expecting. That's fine.
I get that, but would that have not been a cop-out, just cracking him, and then that's it?
You know what? I was okay with it, and then as I started...
It wouldn't have been significant enough, though. That was supposed to be like what makes Negan this big asshole that you hate, is like...
Well, no,
in the comic, he takes out Glenn.
Well,
no, but Glenn is such a, like...
Well, you know what? To be fair, in the comic, Abraham's already dead because he gets, like, Abraham's supposed to get an arrow through the eye.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so...
I don't know if he's dead at that point, now that I'm thinking about it.
I don't remember.
Anyways.
It's been a while since I read the comics. I'm, like, past that, and I haven't really reread, so it's like, I don't even remember. I just remember Abraham's been dead for a while.
Yeah, so Abraham is, like, bound to get knocked off. You're just wondering, like, okay, well, maybe they copped out and didn't kill him.
That's why I felt like that was a cop-out, but then... Obviously.
And then he's like, well, I'm not done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, Daryl, I love how they made Daryl kind of fuck that one up for Glenn, too. Make people not like Daryl so much. Glenn wouldn't be dead if it wasn't for Daryl, like...
I can't remember even...
Because Daryl, like, socks him in the face, and he's like, oh, we don't stand for that shit, or whatever, and then he just starts smacking freaking Glenn. So Glenn gets knocked out. There's already groups complaining that it was too gory and shit.
You know what? Yeah. It was pretty bad. I was watching.
It was pretty bad. It was like, holy shit, man! His eyeball, like. Ugh.
And you know what? Like, I wanted to comment on that and be like, hey, look at the comparison. And of course, someone beat me to it. Of course.
Yeah.
The internet beat me to it.
Of course.
Like, it's right on, and it is.
It is right on. It's exactly how the comic went down. Like,
and that stuck with me for probably the last like 3 years after reading it. I'm like,
just mushy-headed Glenn in the eyeball bulge and shit. Well, did you notice when the brains and shit were all on the ground, you could see his eyeball in the pile of brains?
You could see his arm. You could see his hand still moving.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's crazy.
You know, I read it like 3 years ago, and it stuck with me, and I'm like, it was one part of The Walking Dead that I didn't like. Well, because it stuck with me.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
It's just too much.
Well, that's what was cool, because I always kind of originally considered Glenn to be, like, kind of one of the main characters
kind of invincible.
Right? Like kind of like a Rick, but then all of a sudden it's like, boom, it just shows that no one is invincible in this situation.
And then he takes Rick on a ride.
Yeah, okay, we'll go there first, because I was about to jump ahead. Yeah, so
okay.
He takes Rick for a ride to teach him for a lesson, basically.
Well, yeah, it was for a lesson to be like, I own you.
You're my bitch, sort of thing. Tosses the axe out, makes him go retrieve it.
And you know what, like, Negan doesn't really...
But, okay, here's the thing. It showed all of them getting clocked in the head, so did Negan actually clock all of them once?
No, it was just freaking... It was just
to fuck with you, to be like, wait, did they?
It was just Rick... It was Rick thinking what could have happened.
Yeah, okay.
This is what it could have been.
Because at that part I was like, wait, did he like give them all one little clock and then give these guys all like a big clock?
No, because he's like, think about what else could have happened.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that makes sense then. See, I didn't quite catch like on what was going there, but that makes sense.
See,
right?
in the comic, Negan really doesn't want to kill people because he wants them to work for him.
For him, yeah.
And he says it a lot in the comic, and he's gonna probably start saying it a lot in the TV show.
Well, actually, earlier they didn't capture Negan right, and now I find they've captured him right. Like,
he needs to shave.
Yeah, but that is how he is,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah,
Like that attitude, like where he like starts smacking his head and being like, "Oh, look at his eyeball," and like,
Well, he's more-
you know, really like kind of.
He was really a lot more derogatory. He's like, "Oh, hey Rick, I'm gonna get these guys to run a train on your son."
Yeah,
like, it was like,
yeah. They were talking about
whoa.
running train on Carl. Yeah.
No, but and he's like, "Oh, but fuckity, fuck." Like that's
Obviously, they're gonna tame down the or the cursing.
that's the way
like
Negan
that.
talked though. Like he was really like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably because of censors. I figured they were gonna do that, but they captured his personality right though. Like while he's doing it, like kind of being like, "Oh boy, woo!"
Bam!
You know,
he's like,
and,
"Oh, are you in there?
Yeah,
Are you
like
in there?" Yeah,
really
he's like,
just kind of asshole. Like that's how I always envisioned Negan. So they did capture Negan, right?
And then like he didn't want Rick to die. Like Rick is more of like, if he kills Rick, then he becomes, what's that word?
Oh, a martyr.
A martyr, right?
Yeah. He doesn't want Rick to become a martyr. Exactly.
So like
he wants to torture Rick.
Every time Rick could have been bitten, he shot the zombie and he like saved him. He saved him enough
that it's like he essentially saved his life in a few situations.
Just enough, right?
Yeah.
So I guess then he brings
teaches him a good lesson. We'll say brings him back.
So he brings him back to the group.
And
you know what really sucks is the group had to sit there and like see these two bodies. I'd rather be Rick getting fucked around than everyone just sitting there.
Plus it's like, oh, where did Rick go? And then like maybe like an hour later, like, oh, there's Rick.
It seemed like a long time because he's like, oh, the sun's coming up.
Yeah, like so really it's like, okay, like they had to sit there like with guns to the back of their head for how long? But
and two people like bashed.
Yeah, but anyways, so they drag Rick out and like. This is where I thought they were gonna finally do like a twist on the comic and cut Carl's hand off.
Hang on, right before he brings him out, he has the axe on the table and he's washing it off. And I really thought he was gonna lob Rick's hand off and just get it done.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be it, and they were gonna cut up the loose end and take off his arm.
And then they do Carl.
The twist, where it's cut your son's arm off.
And I really didn't think they were gonna stop. I had a feeling he was going to stop him, but then after everything that's gone on, I was like, he's not going to stop him.
I thought he was going to be like, bang, make him do it and be like, oh, you're a cold son of a bitch or something. Like, and be like, I can't believe
you just did that.
Yeah, or something.
That's the way
And then I thought it would be like, okay, Carl with no arm would be like a kind of a variation on the comic, but no. And they were fucking around thinking that, like, by doing that, like, drawing the line on his arm and being like, cut his arm off, they were like fucking with
hardcore fans.
The hardcore fans that want someone missing an arm.
That's like someone. Yeah, I really thought he was gonna lob Rick's hand off and then Carl's hand off.
Carl's hand, and then they didn't.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, the one thing I am getting sick of though is the show is kind of limited by their actors. Some of the actors just really aren't that good.
You know what? I don't even have a problem with the actors.
I find Rick kind of has just been doing this for the past couple seasons.
Rick is supposed to kind of go from being like
I get he snaps a bit.
Mild-mannered police officer to being like just kind of crazy.
But he does snap, I admit. Even in the comic, there's a few. There's the point where he's talking with his wife on the phone, and then he gets over that. And then, like, there's, around this time with the Negan shit, he snaps again, but then he has, like, that realization that, like, how they can win and shit, right? But, like, that's it. Like, they're trying to do him snapping, sort of, but really it's just kind of been 2 seasons of him being...
Wow.
He just does that open eye, looks at his hands, and looks like back and forth. It's just kind of like, oh man.
How else do you portray it though?
Yeah, I guess.
So the only gripe is between that and the comic, there has been no winter scenes. There's a lot of stuff that they've missed out on. And it's just been like a constant summer. Anytime you have a child actor, like Carl's really big.
Carl's like probably like our age.
Carl's like, I'm 26, Dad.
I'm a 26-year-old, 13-year-old or something. I don't even know how old he's supposed to be, but yeah, that's exactly it. It's getting to the point.
Yeah, like it happens in every show. Like you can't cast a child actor.
2.5 Men
anymore. Yeah,
like problem all over again. Yeah. It's not really believable he's a kid anymore.
No, okay, he's a teenager, but he's supposed to still be, 12 right now.
Yeah, or some shit. So, I guess they gotta take into account age and stuff.
And then what else? That's pretty much it that I find.
Pretty much it, yeah, and then just, you're working for us now, sort of thing.
So Maggie is supposed to go to the hilltop no matter what.
Yeah.
That's itself its own show. We won't get into that. And then they keep dropping...
Oh, wait, are you serious?
Well, yeah, don't spoil it yet.
They're starting another show?
No, don't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
Don't spoil Maggie going to the hilltop
Yeah,
yet.
Maggie's going to hilltop,
and then Ezekiel with the tiger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, whatever, the kingdom. They're hinting towards the kingdom. Well, more than hinting.
Yeah, the 3 towns or whatever, all...
So, and then
villages, whatever you want to call them, all reuniting.
So that's probably pretty much season 7 right there. I gotta...
Yeah, that's pretty much what I would
If I had to guess.
Alright, well, I guess this has been another Dissecting the Dead. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but here we are. Check out our Bangerz and Mash Live if you want to see our video game content. We got iTunes, SoundCloud. You can find us on there with our Perfectly Pixelated podcast.
Yeah, Twitter.
Facebook and Twitter if you just want to drop us a line, let us know what's up. We usually keep our interesting posts for the day. Anyways, this has been another Bangerz and Mash. Fuck off.